Hello everyone, welcome to Matlab programming course. I'm Hossein Tutunchi and today we're going to start a new chapter on defining functions. We want to learn how to define functions in Matlab, and this video is going to be one of the most important ones in this series because from this day on we always use this function in our programming, and it is one of those fundamental functions in Matlab programming. Okay, so let's get started. You know, when we define x equals to 3 and then we type sine of x, Matlab already knows what sine means. So when we pass an argument into that, it already has the algorithm, it just calculates it. The same with the sqrt, when we do it, -5 for example, so Matlab returns a result or absolute value of -12. Matlab already knows how to behave when an argument is passed to it. But today we're going to tell Matlab to consider customized functions. The way that we do that is through a function called inline. So what we can do is to name it like function, or let's do my name, Hossein, equals, you can put any variable or name instead of my name here. I encourage you to put yours. So this function is going to be inline. So when you put inline, open parentheses, Matlab asks to insert the information we want to put. So the first thing is going to be, what's going to be the expression? What do you want me to do when you pass the arguments to me? So let's do something. We put single quotation and let's our function to calculate absolute value of x. We close the single quotation and then we need to tell Matlab what is the independent variable. The independent variable is x. So it is something that we pass to Matlab to calculate. So what it does is whatever value we insert into inline as x, Matlab is going to return the absolute value of that. And what is the name of the function? Is Hossein, my name. So let's do that. If I hit enter, now Hossein is defined as inline function. Hossein of x equals abs of x. So let's try that. If I say Hossein of 3, then the result is 3 because absolute value of 3 is 3. How about Hossein of -4? We expect the answer to be 4 because what it does, it returns the absolute value of the input. The answer will be 4. Let's create another one. Let's go with new. I call it new equals inline. What is the function that we're gonna define? Let's do something like exponential of x, absolute value of x plus sqrt of x squared. That's enough. So this is going to be the function, and what is the independent variable here? It's going to be x. Okay, so now I defined a new function called new of x. Let's pass variables here. New of x of 1. This is going to be the answer. How about new of 0? Very good. How about -2? You see, by defining function, it's really easy for us to calculate different values very fast. Instead of just writing the whole function over and over again, we can define it as a new variable and just pass it to the function. And also, when you want to get rid of the function like new, all we need to do, as you see here, it's now recorded as a function into the workspace. All we need to do is to call clear and the name. If I do that, it removes. Look at the Hossein here. I just want to remove myself. Doesn't make sense, but anyway. So clear Hossein, and you know it's all gone. And if I type Hossein of 3, Matlab just doesn't know what I'm talking about. So let's clear. So far, we've learned how to deal with functions with only one independent variable. But how about if we have 2 or more? in this section, I'm going to show you how we can calculate those as well. Okay, so let's create another one called parabolic. And what it does, I'm going to define two independent variables, x and y. And when I pass this, the function is going to calculate the sine of the first variable plus the cosine of the second variable and add them together. So let's do that. We type inline and it asks what kind of information we need to do. So we put two single quotation and comes between. We put two single quotations and in between we write sine of x plus cosine of y, comma, and what are the arguments? X is one of them and y is the second. And if we do that, we define the parabolic function. So let's go with parabolic of 1 and 0. The answer is going to be that. How about parabolic of 2 and 6? The answer is going to be that. And I think you get my point that we can define a lot of functions with different variables, and the only thing we need to do is to pass the input to that function. It's going to calculate the output very easily and conveniently.